So, welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back to the Bubble podcast with Lisa. Unfortunately, last time we got interrupted by the technique. But the good thing is
it's always for the best. Thank you.
So nice to have you here again. Thanks for coming again.
Thank you for
in our new studio with the bubble behind us. And yes, last time we talked a little bit about how it is to be a manager, what are the problems or the good things also being a manager. And this time we will talk a little bit more about what we can give to other people as an advice or something. Mm-hmm. Yes, but how was your last time? How's it going? What happened the last few weeks in your management?
Since the last time?
Yes.
Many things I cannot reveal, to be honest, so far.
That's so annoying when you have people from the industry there, like, at the moment.
Yes, because usually summer is already the time where you get in the process of planning, for the year. So from September on, things are going to be revealed to the public, let's say. But yeah, for now, I can mention something is Argyle.
Okay.
We're having a beautiful project coming out soon. And yeah, starting from September, for sure, people will hear and see about it.
Where can they get the info? So where should they follow, for example?
Argyle official, on all the platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Instagram, he's the most communicative for him. And for sure, if people follow me, they will also see everything that's going on. And also the process of creating too. For example, next week we're going to Scotland with a production company to shoot all the new content for his EP, actually, a music video, all the visual content that we need. And so, we're very much looking forward to this.
Nice.
And a couple of last week actually was all about organizing, coordinating all of this. So, we're very exciting.
Very cool. That sounds great.
Yeah, thank you.
Toen zei ze probleem. Okay, cool. So I think we will deep dive into the topic because, as you said, you are very busy. So is the summertime the busy time for a manager?
I guess maybe it depends, but this year, comparing to other years, summertime was busy in different ways. Like we had tours, festivals, going on. So that's a different type of involvement and occupation. And at the moment, it's more about creating. The other artists I work with, most of them are in the writing process at the moment. So now it's planning. So not many going out, to be honest, like this summer for me, especially no much festivals and so on. But all for the best, I guess, because hopefully next year we do all the festivals because you're invited and booked,
And I think for this year, it's maybe, I know I said we start with the advices, but maybe let's do this topic first.
Yeah, sure.
Because the industry is, this year it's crazy because there have never been so many releases at the same time from big artists. And also they are on the promo tour. So I think this year it's even harder for our newcomer artists to get anything, So maybe it's better to use this year for creation.
Exactly, yeah. Think everything through, really plan everything out, a year ahead and so on. So,
Yeah, but did you, or did it have an impact on your artists? Do you think these many releases from others? Did you feel that?
Not really, to be honest. We are aware of what's going on, so of course you try always to find the right spot for yourself and for your community. When this artist is in this genre space or whatever, then you try to align anyways, so you find a spot where it's not too crowded or overwhelming. But then we always, when you work on a project, I think you're focused on your project, and then those timelines, when to release, is coming after things are created somehow, and then you adapt and you look, and sometimes yes, of course, people will see all the major artists pop, etc., but it doesn't mean that you also don't have a little space,
Yes, but I think, for example, I could see a difference of the streaming amount of streaming, and also to get into the radio. I think this year is more difficult than it was even before. And I think it's because of these many releases also. I hope that it's better again next year.
There is always priority for those artists, the major artists, of course. The radio, I think it's another topic, anyways, especially. It's that as well. Yes, we can talk about it. But there is not so much to say. I mean, also, people who maybe those who attended M4 Music this year, there was a specific panel with SRG, so all the SRF, RTS, and RTL. I think all the representatives were there on one panel, and so, I guess we can see there's not much communication between them. But it's my opinion.
Yeah, what do you mean?
And people who were there, maybe they also experienced this,
That's true. So first, we have to say hi to our
hello.
Because I forgot to say that you also can, of course, ask questions in that chat. If you want to do something, or if we should go deeper into a topic, then tell us. We're here. Yes, so let's go back to we will do the radio stuff
totally separately.
We also have to, this is also the reason why I wanted to talk to you, because I think there is a lot of things you don't know as an artist, and you as a manager maybe can give them some advices. For example, when it's worth to go to a label, or also do you need a publishing contract with a publishing agency or something? So I want to hear your opinion, because I think you're a modern manager, and I want to hear it from somebody that is in that time and not in the time 20 years ago. You know what I'm trying to say? Mm-hmm. So shall we start with a specific topic, or do you just want to tell something?
No, let's start with the label situation.
Yeah, or we start at the beginning. What is, in your opinion, what is the most important thing when you start your career as an artist, as a musician?
Honestly, you need to be really consistent with your music, with your content. I know, so like most of musicians, maybe it might be annoying to hear that, but content is your portfolio, of course.
It's work. To have a career, it's so much work.
Absolutely, yeah. But it's very necessary. Consistency is the most important thing. And never quitting. We spoke about it the last episodes, actually. The first thing that we mentioned, literally, if you don't quit, it will happen for you eventually.
Yeah.
Consistency is the next thing, Yeah.
Yes, and I think another thing that I would recommend to people, because if somebody doesn't know, I'm also a manager, music manager, so we also do like a little bit chatting. I think it's very important that you realize that this is a profession.
Oh yeah.
And that you have to work with professionals.
Yes, and you also have to give back then as well.
Exactly. And you also have to treat the people not as they are. They are professionals. So you cannot see it as a hobby if you want to make money with it. And when it looks easy, it's good. It's not easy. It's just made good. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, right? Yeah. When it seems effortless, is the best thing.
Yes.
But every effortless appearance has so much work in the background.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
For sure. Yes.
And I also think you should never forget that it takes more than one person to get there. You cannot do this by yourself. I don't think so. Maybe there are some exceptional people, but most of people cannot do this by their own.
No, for sure. Yeah.
You need help.
Yeah, a team is very essential, and I think when you also at the point where you're I need a management, then this is the point where you actually need a whole team around you. And usually, in the best case, your manager is the one who is helping you to build a team around you. So yeah,
exactly. Alia, hast du mal ganz schnell mit dem Mikrofon probieren auszulassen? Du musst einfach dir zeigen, dort auf dem Tisch.
As well, one thing maybe is don't compare yourself to other things, because that's also a factor on social media. You don't see the work behind, etc. And then if you feel you're always behind, this is not good for mentally to progress, I guess. So yeah, comparison is never really a good thing, really.
Yeah, because I think the best comparison you can do is with yourself.
Absolutely.
Because we always see just the things we did not reach, we did not made, but we forget about the things that we already did in this time. And I think this is the reflection that a lot of people don't do, and then they got stressed by others' success.
Absolutely.
Right?
Which you should actually take it as an inspiration, you know, and just always be positive. And when you see someone making it, like, you know, you should be hyped by it and say, okay, if he made it, like, I also can make it.
Exactly.
That should be the
don't feel
right thought. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's a little bit pathetic, but I think there is no concurrence because nobody can go your path.
Absolutely,
It's just your path. So there is, and I think, I mean, it's also, I think, a mindset for us too, because we are all so hustling all the time and we don't know if it's good or not until we see the results, right?
Absolutely.
Most of the time we are guessing, I think.
It's always gambling, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's the music. I also told this when I worked at Energy. We had a guy, and he gave workshops how you do viral videos. And I was like, this is the most stupid workshop I ever heard, because you cannot plan a viral video. You cannot plan this, and you also can't plan a viral song or a hype, right? So it's guessing. You think, okay, maybe this can touch some people, maybe this will hit.
Yeah,
but it's so much about emotions.
Yes, it is. And maybe also, I mean, so I would say also you can try to predict a trend or not, but then it means you have to be so aware of what is happening in the social media right now in the world, you know?
Exactly.
And perhaps, I mean, in our roles, we have to be on social media, not about our accounts, but like to try things, you know, just to see if it works out, and how you can advise your artist the best and how to find ideas, etc. So maybe some of my artists, they're great at social media, so others, they're not really into it. So of course it's on me to still be on it and like be aware of what is on, you know. So you can always give a little push, a bit of inspiration, share some stuff, and that's helpful, I think, still. And it's on us too at the end.
I think we are the ones who have to see the stuff, and but they also have to do it, because I think you know, when I start to work with an artist, I always do a social media strategy with them. And then one part of the strategy is always to have one or two formats that are fixed. So the best case is that they are suggesting these formats and not me, because then it's the most authentic. So
absolutely.
We can take over a part, but they are still have to be, because you cannot, it's impossible to be successful on social media when you hate social media. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's also a state of mind. Totally. You must change that. Just try things out. It really doesn't cost anything. It's free promo.
Yes.
So for me, it's,
And it's a creative thing. I always tell to my artists, I mean, you are a creative person. You should love social media. If you hate it, maybe you don't know how to use it for you.
It's the frustration, absolutely.
Yes, exactly. The thing that you always have to post, that you always feel like you're on the run. And when you have these fixed formats, you are not in this rush anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think it's everything about that.
And how you take it, because like when you promote your songs, I mean, back in the days, I remember also we worked with, when we were really little, for example, with some bands, and I was really just starting out, like every release, oh my gosh, it was so much emotions, and we were always, you know, like on the social media, yo guys, we did this and that, how we made it, and what does it mean, and this song, why this song, you know. And I think it's easy because it's, anyway, you want to talk about it, don't you?
Yes, right.
And instead of being frustrated, why don't they stream my music? They don't put it in the playlist, and they don't do this and that. Just explain, what is your song about? Why is it emotionally relating to other people? You know, how people can actually absorb what you're saying. And it's, when you talk about it, it's so easy. And
you just need to make the connection, right?
Absolutely.
Listeners, because I mean, I don't know how people can think that they can put a song on social media. Nobody cares, I'm sorry. Even if the song is really good, nobody cares. If you don't make a promo that connects the people to the song, that gives them a feeling, an emotion about the song, you won't get a viral hit.
And I really think when you wrote a song and you sing it and you have so much emotions, I think it shouldn't be so difficult to actually say, how did it came live, you know?
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes, you know,
But I mean, we're not artists also.
we can just advise.
Exactly.
This is an advice for you.
But that's also the thing, we can advise you all, but it's on you to do. That's the execution is always on the artist side anyways, you know.
Yeah, and I think one other thing I observed is that so many people in this, especially in the Swiss music industry, when they see you, they are like, oh my God, I like your project. It's so cool what you are doing. But they never one single time they like something or they share something. And dear artists, you don't have to be surprised when nobody is interacting with your things, when you never interact with other artists.
That's true.
Right?
Yes.
You should share this stuff. It's not going to give you less attention when you share the other things. And when you're going to like and to comment, this is how you build a community, and you also have to give this to other artists.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I mean, for example, then you will see with somebody and he's good, and you're also going to tell him, but you never show him. You think he will do a collab with you? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. And this is how things start. And once you're in the space of another artist, of course, then you exchange audiences too, and you exchange your teams. Like so many people can get to know you through somebody else, for sure. And the little things in the beginning, this is what matters. As you say, just share a little story, share this, share that. Things that you like, other people will connect with you because they also like the same stuff, you know?
It's just also about the energy. I mean, it's never wrong to give something.
It's always good to give something. You receive always more.
In the beginning, because now we are all at the start of these things. Yeah. We don't know who is going to be a big guy or not. And when you are friendly and you are giving in the beginning, they don't forget you.
Yeah.
And these are also the people that should not forget you. Not the ones who always remember about favors and stuff, but the ones that you touch with your giving. You know
absolutely. You should always give. You always receive twice back, for real.
That's true. Yeah, this is also an advice.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Being kind in the industry is like really you know why you get all by just being kind.
Especially in this industry, because especially the people in the higher positions, everybody wants something from that.
Absolutely.
And when you come and you just give something, they will remember you. I mean, don't do this on purpose, please. That doesn't. But I think that won't work that well. But when you have something to give it.
Yeah. And of course, a positive attitude is always. I mean, it depends for sure. Sometimes you also have to watch for yourself, you know, and stand for yourself.
You don't have to be Mother Teresa.
No, absolutely not. But of course, kindness always pays back.
I think this is a really important advice, because we always think about strategies and how to move and this and that, but actually then we forget that we are humans, and this is one of the most important things still.
Yeah. You always have to consider the emotional side, even on social media, as you say, when sharing and like having this emotional attachment to as an artist, to the audience, etc. Yeah, it's very, very important.
So you have another advice in this direction? Like what, this meta dimension, you know, not the... And then we go to the label
social media situation.
Yeah, or the emotional, like, you know, the human part. What do you have to remember as a human in this thing? I mean, for example, I also think it's very important for every artist at every stage that they don't take themselves too serious and their music.
Being humble, like, that's the first thing for sure, I mean, like, this is a profession. If you're into it, I think, you have to be... dedicated on different levels and being considerable for all, like your team, etc.
Okay, I think we what do you think, Alia? Did we forget something?
No, I think all the points were made. I think dedication is also a key word in general. If you're not dedicated to your cause, what's the point? And moving in this industry, burning bridges is never good. So how you move respectfully, that's always good. Even if you don't agree, you gotta have to agree to disagree at some point. Just for the cause to move your own stuff forward. So I think you brought everything to deserve things.
So if you didn't hear it, Alia agrees because she's also a musician. So sometimes we will ask her as well. Do we have any questions?
No, not yet. Just Carlos and...
Hello, everybody.
Hi. But don't hesitate. We're here to answer all.
But you explain it so well.
Yeah, and there are no questions. But then I think we go on with this more concrete stuff like...
I think it will come also once we're in a concrete topic, then the advices are also
they're allowed, like, you know.
Oh yeah, I just came back from Milan. I have this.
We get now our relaxed energy. Everything goes to the spot. Thank you very much. Thank you. So how was Milan? No.
Actually, it was dope. I met a really cool international DJ who's Phoenix. You guys check him out. Yeah, very cool. From New York, lives in Milano at the moment. I think travels a bit the world, Europe at the moment. So yeah, check him out.
Yeah, this is like, it doesn't matter when you're on vacation or not, you're always working.
Yeah, all the meetings we do, you know, like it's just a friend, and then all of a sudden they have a career in music business. Okay, let's have a chat.
That's true.
No, and that's also a thing, you never know, and that's why I was always like emphasizing on being kind to people, because at some point maybe you meet someone that's not very significant or in the space at the moment, you know, but 2 years later the guy is like representative of a brand, of this, of that, you know, and you would never guess it.
This is why I said always be kind, because I also experienced some stuff like that I mean, also we met like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's how we met, actually.
Lisa.
Yes.
Lisa, yeah. No, funny stories, like literally, I really met so many people, like, you know, from even my teenage years where you don't have any idea of how your life is going to go, you know, and sometimes it's just not really into the person's, it's just different points of how to live life or whatever, you know, and then you find yourself in the same space and the same event, and then you realize, oh, okay, we can actually help each other. So you really never know. So just
stay flexible and stay flexible.
Flexible, yeah. So also
be nice and stay flexible. I think this is the advice. And she's back. Okay, so what do you think? I mean, a lot of artists think to be successful, you have to be at a major label and all these things. You have to be played in the radio. What do you think about these things? Is it really necessary for every artist? And on what point it starts to be important?
So absolutely not necessary for every artist, for sure. And I think it's very important that the artist himself knows or understands, like, what is the level of he wants to reach in the music career, you know? If your goal is to become really a major pop star or something, yeah, you...
Like Taylor Swift.
You know, yeah, for sure. Who is? We find out soon.
Well, you can have a contract.
No, but then for sure, I mean, major label teams are very helpful because they have the keys to all and everything, all the doors you need. Then if you're an artist that is more like on the niche scene or in the middle somehow, I think you can totally grow by yourself.
Yeah.
Of course, major labels, they provide you with some significant budgets, especially for promo and like radio. They have the contacts with the people who are with the name of a major label. You have much more chances to get accepted to radios and playlists as well. But to what extent on today, 2024, to be honest,
it's different.
It's a little bit difficult. And I mean, also we're in a very small and difficult market. Switzerland is always, even, I don't know, I kind of learned it like from school as well. We had different people, you know, to come for with workshops, etc. We had this lady from the marketing industry, not specifically in the music, but really different products. She has a very long background. Unfortunately, I can't remember her name. I'm sorry.
What's the memory school? It's okay.
No, it was 2 years ago.
I was like, this is such a question. She told me like,
SA Institute, Geneva. No, yeah, but I had like maybe 4 classes with her or something like this, you know. And the particular thing that I remember from her is she was saying that how Swiss market is very different. Of course, we were diving more into the music and specifically sponsorships with brands, because she was, doing marketing for Bacardi and stuff like this. And Swiss laws are very different from the rest of Europe, and Swiss, like, analytics, let's say, is very different. So Switzerland is never included in the European marketing studies, you know, in the case studies. We really have our own thing. Then there is also Switzerland, we have 3 languages. This is also the reason why, obviously, because it's complicated for the rest of Europe to deal with us. We need to find different approaches. We need to have something very like, what is it?
No, it's true.
It is so true.
yeah, it's lost. But in every market.
No, it's true.
So you see, she was not even coming really from the music business, you know,
Yeah,
but so it's really for all the markets, when people doing statistics in the market, how to deal with each countries and what are the sales, etc. So it's never like similar to anything else.
It's crazy.
So yes, already for us to do the cross the Rostigraben, you know, it's a mission.
Even in Switzerland, it's
Yes.
difficult.
And now maybe we can come to the radio situation, because
Yes, tell me, what do you think about the radio situation, Lisa?
I always actually had this kind of a feeling, but it was just my personal opinion that, okay, because I'm from the French side of the country, living on the German side, and I always see, okay, like I feel like there is not much communication between the national radio, which is one somehow, you know, but just split in different cantons or what. I always felt they don't really communicate between them. If there is something popping, even a major artist from Switzerland, like let's say Universal Music, the push will be on the German side.
Yeah,
right?
that's true, yeah.
And then it's a little bit, they wait until something is really popping to introduce it to the Romandie, but then the people who are introduced to it on the German side national radio, they would not send it to say, okay, so we have this one that's popping right now on the German side, let's like collaborate, you know, you guys play him too. Then we also found out at this panel at M4 Music, so that confirmed me that they never communicate between things. I mean, I'm not sure if they actually know each other like in person, because they were all sitting super far away from each other, like you and me, but like this, you know. And everybody had a very personal opinion about their radio station, but not really the SRG thing, you know. There was another artist on the panel with them, and I didn't feel any communication was going like, okay, we're having a conversation with an artist who is part anyways of our playlist, so on. And somehow they felt a bit closed in their mind, like it was not a very
I know what you mean.
mindset, you know. Yes. And another thing was, which I also myself experienced with independent artists, let's say, but those who also have a bit numbers, etc. So I don't know where they're looking. Is it because it's regional? Is it because it's party?
Peter and I worked at the radio station.
Bro. I want your opinion then too soon. No, but also, so the fact of like not communicating, and then the fact, of playing most of Swiss music at 2 a.m., you know? And I'm like, okay, great. You're like, in a sense, you help on the financial side, of course, because this is Swiss money. It's the, you know, all the royalties that come from this. But at the same time, like, you're also, can we have a little bit support on the times where people are actually listening to the radio most, you know, maybe after work, during work, like lots of people in the offices, they have radio on. I mean, offices, I don't know, because also playlists now are very popular, even in like commercial spaces, etc. But I still think maybe the after work hours and stuff like this at lunch, you know, it will be lovely if we had our songs played, because it's about supporting on the financial side, but do you support on an exposure side, you know, like yes, it's cool. You play Taylor Swift the whole day, but
You know, one thing that came to my mind now, and I never thought about that before, it just came up to me because we were talking about this. When I worked at Energy, or also, Joyce was not that, no, at Joyce not that, but there it was okay, but at Energy and FM1, I always had the feeling that Swiss music is shit, that it's not good music. And when I started to work for Suiza, where I got in contact with the music, I realized it's really good music there, and it's very diverse. And now, you know, I am wondering if it was this environment that gave me that feeling.
what position you had there?
I was at Energy. I was a video producer for all 3 stations.
Yeah, so you could never have the hand onto the curation or anything.
But you know, I mean, you get something. You see how they do the Energy Star Night list at the venue and all these things. So I experienced a little bit, and I mean, I had to do the interviews with all these guests, and I saw how many Swiss. I mean, in my feeling, I interviewed every single Swiss artist that is successful. And this is also something because they were there, but the rest was not there. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I think maybe this, I don't want to say it, but it's just a feeling, guys. It's just a feeling.
And also it was years ago, isn't it? It was a really long time. So
no,
there
it's
things.
not so long.
No?
I started to work at the radios in 2016.
Okay.
And I finished...
We had a conversation
2022.
because of COVID, etc. So of course now things shifted as well. I bet.
But you know, I'm trying to say that the radio stations, they don't. I think this is what I'm trying to say with the feeling stuff. They don't like Swiss music, and this is why the place of the Swiss music is not that good, because they think it's not just because, you know, for me it's always so confusing that everybody that I meet is saying I hate the radios because they play always the same songs. It's always, I never heard anybody say, oh, I like the playlists.
Listen, I only know one, and okay, it's still SRG at Couleur 3, because
this is
they're
more
so
diverse.
open, really.
Yes, and this is what I'm trying to say, because they always, I mean, for example, FMIs, they have the worst ranking system I ever heard, because they decide which songs are going to stay in the playlist when the people don't get, annoyed about it. So they are not checking with the people which songs you like. They are like, which songs you don't like, and then they take them out. you know what I'm trying?
Yeah.
And, you know, blah, blah, blah. But what I'm trying to say is they are scared. And as a radio station, you should be brave. And you should
be the educator, like DJs. These guys should be educating, people who are listening to what's going on, what is the new shit, la da da. Yeah,
it's their job to get in touch with the Swiss, and you know that's why I'm confused, because I mean they lose people who are listening to the radio station, and they don't have anything that is making them unique anymore. So, I mean, when I want to know what the charts are, I go to Spotify. I'm not listening to fucking radio charts on Sunday anymore. And when I was a teenager, I was sitting next to the radio at Friday, you know?
Okay, yeah.
So, I think maybe we have to be a little bit patient. The problem will solve itself.
Yeah. So, I mean, in that case, yeah, it is a little bit difficult. And also, if you want to go abroad, then, of course, also when, you know, every country and every territory is going to try to push their own artists. So if you want to reach an audience in the UK, I think it is today essential to have a PR agent in the UK. It costs a little bit and everything, but at least you're sure things are going to get pushed. Yeah. Your music will be seen and heard, because many times if you approach people by yourself, sometimes, I mean, it works. Sometimes, I'm not saying, because we also tried all in the beginning where we were pushing ourselves and a lots of no's, but sometimes also a yes, and that was like meaning the world to us. But then you're sure that you have chances to be seen and played, because even with someone like Listen Argyle, actually, while he's here, we try to reach to certain, like major radios like BBC, even though he's Scottish and still has residencies there, etc., they still said they wouldn't accept him because he's not a resident. But somehow it was a bit, I was like, okay, frustrating, yeah, not cool. Can you like listen at least? I'm not even sure if they played the song or just read the email and said, no, he's not living here. We don't want it, And
because
of course,
just people in England can go.
Yeah, absolutely. But and then Switzerland, I'm not even sure how is it like this or not, Because then there are also these systems like MPN. I am so confused. I'm really not sure if it works or not because I have MPN. Sometimes there are just a few radios like that. Even you can see the reports who clicked on the thing or not at all, who listened to it and who added it to a playlist, right? And there are not many who are clicking on it. So I'm not sure if this is a reliable system, but you pay to be part of the system as well. And then at some point, I did also a lot of PR for independent artists on the side, as a side job a bit. And then somebody said to one of the artists, I didn't you did a PR situation with your EP or something. And she's like, yeah. We send it to them, to this specific radio. And they say, we didn't see it on MPN. And I'm like, but every time that I upload a song on MPN, when the artist requests it, it just never gave anything back and nobody's checking on it. And then they'll be like, why don't you send it on MPN? So I would also love to hear someone from a radio to like different ones. Also, let's do a survey. Radios, do we use MPN to download songs? Please let us know. It's very important.
Can you quickly explain MPN for the ones who are not?
So MPN is just a system for radio. You upload your song there. It's only for the Swiss radios. I think it's per country. So MPN, there is one in Germany and Austria, but it's like separate, whatever. So mpn.ch or mpnnetwork.ch, I think. You can upload your song. You pay for the upload. You select the radios you want to send it to, this is the official system for the radios. Usually, artists don't really have access to this. It should be the labels or PR agency, etc. And for the artists, the alternative platform will be MX3.
Yeah.
So this is also the official radio promotion system for musicians. So they can upload. You can create your own profile. You upload your songs, music videos through this platform. You can also apply to M4 Music as well, and the music like best music video from Solothurn Film Festival. So a lot of things are linked on MX3. So also follow them on on Instagram. So they share a lot of little insights. Sometimes there's some like contests for producers and songwriters. So good stuff.
When we're talking about good stuff, you also have a good thing. You also have a service for people from the industry, your WhatsApp group.
Oh, yes. So there is a WhatsApp community. Actually, it's called Swiss Music Hub. And basically, because I realized not all the artists are not like that. So they are not aware of all the organizations that exist so far in Switzerland and all the platforms. And I am a subscriber of like many newsletters, Swiss Music Export, Pro Helvetia, Helvetia Rock, many others. So when I receive something interesting, there is applications for showcase festivals or any type of contests. I usually just drop the link and a little bit of info on this very chat.
Great.
And so it's not like a chat. Nobody can text back and like argue.
I have like this wonderful girl that collects all the important events for people in the industry. So join this group.
Yes,
it's for free.
We'll drop a little link maybe.
We can do it in the show notes. You can put a link to the WhatsApp.
Yes. And it's just important to activate the notifications, otherwise you never see the things that are coming, because it's not like part of the chats and WhatsApp. It's a bit weird.
It's like with the broadcasting Instagram.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like a community.
But there you get the message normally.
I don't know.
Just please go and put in the notification.
That you're
So yes, do we have any questions, Aliyah?
No, still not.
or any comments?
Just that you look beautiful from watching.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Whoever you are, I appreciate it. That's the Milan. Yeah, I had a little relaxation day, 2 days actually, so yeah, I feel great.
It works very fast with your skin.
Thank you. Relaxation. Hey, Milan is unbearable right now, honestly. You can't breathe, it's too hot, really. But yeah.
So if we don't have any questions, I think we do like 15 minutes. We'll finish this wonderful episode. So I think maybe you have something that you want to... I mean, Alia is also an artist, so I ask her now if she has something.
I was thinking about this radio situation, and I was asking myself, isn't there also a financial aspect and also like a political kind of aspect, and also the gatekeeping aspect in Switzerland? Like everybody is connected with everybody and they put themselves first before they open their minds to other things, which I feel like Switzerland is like stagnating in this area because of that, because they're gatekeeping in certain areas. And I think there's a huge aspect also. Even if they see, okay, this artist might be something, they will still prefer something that's more safe and maybe also somehow financially supported. When I see like the mobilization and the promotion of stuff, like when you say Taylor Swift is played so often, so how much did Taylor Swift invest financially to be played this often?
Also, I think I can answer this question because I worked at radio. Alia asked if the political stuff and also I think stuff like sexism, racism, and also the political things are a reason that the gates are closed. So they keep the gates closed for several people. And I think the easiest way to answer this question is yes, because they are, as I said before, they are scared. So they are scared from everything. They don't go into risk. And as soon as an artist is somehow a risk for them, they won't do it until this artist is very, very established.
Actually, just coming back to our previous episode, we talked about this and we were saying, so you as an artist independent, you can also find the contact of the radio and like try to push your things, but until they see, okay, it's not just one song, but it's been 3-5 songs, they see you're dedicated, and this is why consistency is so important, they will start to play you perhaps, like of course the music quality has to be there as well, for sure. But they have priorities, I guess. If it's a major artist, if it's not, then you have a connection.
It's always about trust. And these people that are working in these spaces, they are also just human. So, of course, they listen more to people they like, they trust.
Why they heard a lot of.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying they are consistently are being overwhelmed with people that want something from them. So they are, and I mean, it's also, I don't know how it is, but when I work for Energy and also for FM Heinz, the tone is very raw. The people are so crazy under pressure. I mean, they screamed at me because of the smallest bullshit. So, you know what I'm trying to say?
That's the insider thing. Of course, I cannot give an opinion from that point. But what I can maybe... I feel that energy when we go to interviews to Swiss German radios, to Hollands-based radios, is a little bit different still. It's a bit more relaxed. It's a bit more like we want to get to know the new acts. Yes. And here is like you have to push and then, okay, come now. Now we have a slot.
I noticed that as well, it's a very small country, actually, Switzerland, but when you go to certain areas of Switzerland is already a very different story. Like you said, Romandie or...
When you go to Lugano, you always have to first go to lunch with them. Otherwise, they won't work with you.
I was coming to the next...
Of course.
I was coming to the next advice, actually, for this is networking, how important it is. And as an artist, really, we have opportunities. Okay, once you get in touch with the radio, etc., you have to get back in touch with the one person who answered to you. This person is your key. Yes, always get back, maintain this connection, and then participate to events like M4 Music. How valuable is that thing during the whole day in one space? Yeah. You have all professionals, bookers, promoters, radio bloggers, radio people, everything. I already said, but label people are there too. You can speak to everyone. You can get in touch with them. You can exchange. Not everybody is so chill at this event, literally.
And and that's why I say be kind and be normal. Don't act like you want.
No, just be normal.
Don't go there and be like, okay, I want to do a project with you.
Please.
Change. No, don't. Don't.
Yeah.
He's always just be yourself.
Let the people come to you.
Absolutely. Just be yourself, literally.
Also let the people come to you. I mean, not like you have to wait until they ask you for your contact, but
really not.
You have to ask for it, of course, but don't go on them with projects and stuff.
Yeah.
First, I mean, for example, this afternoon I had a meeting with a girl from a radio station. Hi to Vali, if you're...
Yes, Vali.
And these kind of things are the networking. I was not going to this meeting with a purpose or with a plan in my head that I want to do. I was just like, okay, this is a nice person and she also works in this industry, so let's meet.
Yeah.
And then something can grow out of it. So don't put pressure on when the people is in the how do you say Nahrungskette? When the person is in a higher position than you in your industry, don't try to get on that.
Yeah. I mean, don't show it.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Step by step.
Of course, we are happy to know that.
It's very true. I think even now when I was listening to you guys and talking about all of this, and you both are experienced and from a viewer's point, so much to learn. And I was thinking to myself, there should actually be a platform like for some
like this podcast is.
Where people get educated on stuff like that. It's very helpful for musicians, even who are for older musicians, who are experienced, because you are on time and you are relevant. You actually reflect what is happening now, and so many people are trying on so many levels and so many ways, and they lose energy like this, and where they know from the beginning how to move. I think this is so helpful.
Yes.
Thank you. This is really, it's really nice, for
Nadia said she really liked our talk because she could also learn something. And she said there should be a platform for that, I think.
I mean, the Bubble podcast, number one. But of course, then...
there should be more.
Yeah, so far it was a lot still in a specific language. So, of course, it was not yet for everyone, really. But as I sense, you guys are evolving too. And I think, there are also different other things like, hey, there are so many books, there are so many blogs, there are so many things on TikTok. I'm sorry, but like I follow myself personally. I follow some musicians.
But I just have to interrupt for a second because this is something very important you said. When you want to have a successful social media, you should want to follow yourself.
Yeah, educate yourself.
That should be one of the...
Don't expect others only to tell you, especially in the beginning. Maybe not so many people want to help you, I mean, this is charity work in the very beginning as well, too, So in the beginning, it's on you to educate yourself. And on TikTok, if you actually look for things... Like now, my algorithm is really set, I only get the stuff that, I'm interested in. Yeah. So, like, I have entertainment lawyers that I follow. They tell you all about the music business and the contracts and music managers.
Can you send me some
totally. Music managers too, and other people who used to work at labels.
Would be a good format for you
I would love to do this, darling.
The 5 most interesting new follows you did.
Oh, good idea. Yes, don't give it away. That's nice. We should,
yeah. You can do it as well. I mean, as I said, there is plenty of
and it's vibes here. I love it.
The woman way you say before, this is how it's supposed to be. Inspiration.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Inspirational towards each other. So everybody brings a certain talent to the table. Everybody brings something. Yeah, you know, I feel very inspired, for example, by two women who know what they're doing and their stuff, you know.
That's exactly what we do.
Exactly the part which brings the community much forward, and that's what you brought to the table today, which I really appreciate, you know.
Yeah.
Just keep it going.
Yeah, so, but now I think we have to come to an end, but I mean, we can bring Liza back and
bring me back. Send comments if you want me back.
But before we finish, we have to do our second category. And one question I always ask our guests, or every one of our guests, okay, my head is limited nowadays. What do you think, where will be the music industry in 10 years?
Oh my gosh. Actually, I didn't really think of it like this. 10 years is long.
Yeah.
In a sense, literally every 6 months there are new trends. Everything is changing. AI is coming.
But, you know, for example, I think that the streaming stuff gets more important than the radio. Yeah, in 10 years. For example, I mean, this is a high.
Of course. Somehow, I hope no one falls on, because I think radio is really important.
After the whole rant.
Yes, but I mean, we rant is because we want them to hear us too. And how will they hear us if they don't read us and they don't listen? You know what I mean? So the platforms like yours is actually really beneficial, where I really hope some of them would listen and like not take it personally, really, you know, or anything, but maybe see, okay, they think we lack of this in our space, so maybe we can bring that and we can, you know, adapt and optimize. I like the word of optimizing, because we just try to help guys. Exactly. It's our opinions, and we're here on a daily in the industry, and I think, you know, all this, all the interactions with you guys on the radios.
Okay. So, and the other thing is, when you could have a wish, and it doesn't have to be realistic, what would you wish from the industry? The same, no?
I wish for more inclusivity, and not in a sense on every level, literally, just to include newcomers, to include different sexes and genres and genders and
everything, diversity.
All the yes, really, we are getting better, I guess. But there's still so much to do. It's very important, I think. And those artists who are really here for a while and still didn't get their spotlight somehow, pay attention. Really, pay attention to what's happening in the industry. I mean, our country is small. It's not also as much to dig in, but still there is a lot
of money.
Also,
you just have to bring the money to us and away from Spotify.
I heard something really wonderful about Canton Basel. This is something I would be very proud if this is something that's happening. I'm not sure if it is a fact or something that's in discussion. It's not Kultur, but Musikbüro, maybe? Yeah, is it? I think it's an organization. They have cultural funds as well. It's really like a Basel thing, and some people have been fighting that other genres of music, else than jazz and classic music, gets more funding. So because so far in Switzerland is about 90% only classical music, right, and jazz. And Basel now is asking the cultural department to grant 25, I think, % to the something like this. I'm not sure. I don't please verify, but it's already something. It's already a big move. It's already a change. So I hope that in the future, I really hope that this is the thing that will happen in the future, that the other genres of music are also considered as art that is valuable.
Yes. She's like,
we have cheerleaders.
Yeah, already a local star bus and started like, come on.
Voilà. Yeah, and we also did our part today because we crossed the Rüstigraben.
Yes. Really, for me, when I moved to Zurich, actually, for me, that was goal number one. I was my first artist, and we did it. Yeah.
Yeah, you are. Congrats to Lisa.
Thank you very much.
Because it's really awesome. And I know also that she's here now. She's really investing in this thing. So I appreciate and remember this phase when it comes to merge the two Krabben. I said my brain is over.
I love it.
It's
We're being very authentic. It's Thursday night. We're having beers, to be honest. No, it was really lovely.
So before we finish, we will do our category. This is not my job.
Oh,
so Lisa, what is not your job as a manager? I think there are some things.
yeah, there will be even several ones, I think. But first, let's say, I don't know, it's very present right now, like social media content things. Posting and producing,
Yeah, that's not an actual part of. I can approve this because I do these things.
Yeah,
but my artists pay for that. It's not included in the contract.
Yeah,
as
it's service then. Yeah. And it's really not our job for sure. What will be else that was triggering me lately? No, to be honest, also I think those things are defined with time, with individually with artists, because certain things, like sometime you realize, okay, this one needs more of that, and right now we don't have someone to fulfill this role. I can do it for a bit. It depends, like what level of of the stability the artist is, like what is our exchange, what is the interaction, But mostly no, social media wouldn't be a thing, and
actually, with this job, I should ask, what is your job? Because, for example, one part of my job as a manager is to, how do you say, clever? The things, tape, genau. I have to put the tapes on the breasts of my drag queen.
yeah.
This is part of my job.
What's styling?
This. Tell me the weirdest thing that is part of your job.
I don't have a weird thing. I mean, I don't know. To be honest, it's so individual. Like,
What was the weirdest thing you have ever you had to do? I mean, it doesn't have to be that weird, but
I don't think that there was something shocking.
Let's say exceptional.
the least relatable to manage.
Yeah.
Okay, a least relatable would be actually doing content, in the sense my background is in art. We spoke about it. I did a lot of photography and stuff. So yeah, in the beginning, I also did a lot of like press photos, photo shoots, organized stuff. We did lots of shoots at my house, for example, as well. It's not really, I shouldn't be the one doing photos and doing editing and so on and so on. But I think in the beginning, you have to fulfill many roles until your artist is somewhere where we can also hire people and this and that, So it's so complicated to say what is my job and not.
I remember now what's the weirdest thing about it.
me.
Cannot say it on camera.
Okay, we'll talk about it, but I will think of it. Maybe I'll send you a private message. You can add it to the content stuff.
And
I didn't really think of it.
The word itself explains it.
Yeah, you do acknowledge somehow.
Wear a lot of hats and you develop
Many hats, yeah. Many.
And I think you can't really define. And a lot of things also happen
You define, I think, with time for yourself.
and you evolve also.
Absolutely. Right now, I don't see myself doing anything so, like, it depends. There are some smaller acts that, okay, I'm still a lot in the direction of, like, okay, advising, and, like, I'm a lot there, let's say.
But
there are others that just don't have the time. We're just focusing on developing the project. So we plan, we coordinate, we invoice, we do contracts, now it's becoming, I am also evolving. I'm on a stage I cannot do the same as I used to do. So previously, yes, I did social media, not posting and stuff, but still like content, like da-da-da-da-da. And I was all the time with maybe one or two specific artists. Right now I have more of them. A couple of them are like more established, let's say, So my involvement is so different in all of them. And now it's also, there are so many jobs I left, I quit, you know, and even to the smaller acts, I'm not offering those things no more, like promotion, radio pitching and stuff like this, because I just cannot. I need to focus on other things that are now bringing the artists on to a level, you know.
Yeah.
And the other things the artists need to, we figure it out how we find a solution. But then it's also like depend on the level and whatever, you know, it's on them or on us together. Always it's together anyways, where communication wise it has to be very close.
Absolutely. So I have to just say something about the thing I did not say, because I hate people who are saying I cannot say that. So I just want to give you the advice: take care of what kind of playlists are on YouTube. We know some of them are public, and when you say some stuff like affirmations, take care that it's not in public. I will tell you more data.
Oh, they also need to know.
No, I cannot blame the person, but don't take care what is public. I just said this: take care when you do playlists on your private account, but it's official. When you are when you're having an account, I can find your account. When there is a playlist, for example, how to get rich. I mean, this is not a very harsh example, but then it's also
this meditation type of situation.
Yes,
okay.
And you have to take care that your playlist.
Oh my gosh,
public.
Okay,
Yes, very embarrassing. And this was the embarrassing thing. I had to tell one of my artists, like, you have to delete this.
Yeah.
To delete this guy.
Stay professional. Of course, all of your platforms needs to be very clean and only oriented your music, and then you can have your private shit, like whatever. But everything that has to do with your artist name, like you have to keep it all clean and all only about the artist name. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but it's a good thing, probably. I mean, yeah.
So that was the last advice for today. Thank you very, very much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
And I wish you all the best, and we will see us soon.
Yeah, for sure.
So also thank you to you guys.
Thanks to the bubble tea. Really appreciate you guys.
Bye. So, I forget, next time we have a drag queen and a drag king as a guest.
Wow, lovely.
Yes, and we will discuss about what are they doing, what is the difference to a drag queen maybe also, and how involved are they in the current industry.
Amazing.
Yes, so be with us next week.
Tune in.
Bye.
Bye, guys.